Father kills son with autism, 10 years old, family dog, and self-inflicted wound in home where a missing daughter was also found dead. What? So he had a daughter that was missing. A troubled father fatally shot his autistic son and dog before turning the gun on himself in their Oklahoma home, where his wife had taken her own life 3 years earlier. Wow. So the wife unalives herself 3 years earlier. 3 years later, this guy, Rodney Shippy, takes out his son, or the dog and the son. I don't know which one's first, and then himself. Why the dog? I don't understand why people do that. The dog. Why do they? I don't know. Wow. Rodney Shippy, 58, who was found with a self-inflicted gunshot when allegedly killed his 10-year-old son Logan in an apparent unaliving at their ill-fated Broken Arrow residence. Police discovered the slain bodies of the dead pooch Wednesday afternoon while serving a search warrant after concerned out-of-state relatives reported Shippy's daughter Alyssa had been missing since November. Wow, so it's this dad with a son and daughter. I guess you could say mental health and, whatever. I don't know what was going on here, I guess. That's the only thing that could explain this. I guess. Maybe not the only thing. I don't know. Maybe he was stressed out taking care of the kid. The 20-year-old's lifeless body was later found inside the disheveled home. A medical examiner is working to confirm her cause of death. He probably did something. Now you have to kind of question. So the wife supposedly offed herself 3 years ago. Did she really off herself, or did this guy do something? They're gonna have to look into that too. We're heartbroken to share that two beloved members of our family, Alyssa and Logan, passed away tragically and unexpectedly. The children's grief-stricken family wrote on the GoFundMe. Their loss has left our family in deep grief and unprepared for the financial burden that comes with arranging funerals. That's the home right there. Police found the bodies inside of the homes. The grim discovery marks the latest in a series of tragic deaths that have haunted the family since August 2022, when the disturbed father's wife, Alyssa Shippy, 41, offed herself at the same West Roanoke Street house. 5 months later, Alyssa's mother, Diane, 56 years old, was stabbed to death by her husband, 66 years old Kenny Carpenter, who then shot himself during a 4-hour standoff. How did I just trip into this? So the wife, 3 years earlier, offs herself, 41 years old. Then 5 months after she offs herself, the wife's mother, Diane, stabbed to death by her husband, Kenny, who then offed himself in a 4-hour standoff. And then a couple years later, the husband, father of these two kids, we don't know what happened to the daughter. She goes missing. And nobody was even looking for her. How does that happen? Nobody's really looking for her. Or I guess they put out a call, or they put out a wellness check. And then the father kills the little boy and the dog and then himself. Wow. Wow. He's nonverbal, the 10-year-old Logan. Neighbors and loved ones who said Logan was nonverbal described the family's doomed residence as not suitable for children, adding that the tormented father became increasingly isolated following his wife's death. No running water, trash, looked like a completely different house. Rodney seemed to be holding it together for months after Lisa passed. Then he started estranging himself to everyone. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's really hard. An autistic child, no excuse to kill, you know what I'm saying? But while the motive behind the heinous slaying remains unknown, public records suggest that Shippy was on the verge of losing his house, which he purchased with his wife in 2021. So finances, that'll definitely bring somebody to the brink of just stress. Then you have an autistic child, your wife offed herself. Well, what happened to the girl? Why the girl? Two. In January, the U.S. Bank National Association filed a foreclosure on the notice on the residence in Tulsa County District Court, citing $135,000 in unpaid principal, which is that not bad at all. That was left. Rodney was given until June to respond to the court notice. So he had a mounting set of pressure, boiling point. As the investigation continues, Williams said the children's lives were savagely cut short. Wow. Logan was so smart, eager to learn. Everyone who met him loved him. Alyssa was a bright light in this world. She had a beautiful life ahead of her, and I feel like their lives are stolen from them. Wow, what an insane story that nobody's even really talking about. Holy crap. Wow.